Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book roundup. We've got a actually fairly large, fairly decently sized haul of, not large, but decently sized haul of DC Image books. So let's kick things off with Batman and Robin number 19. Where we left off, both Batman and Robin were trying to take down the Memento copycat killer. And Robin has begun to get a good feel of the killer's MO, as well as some of his methods. So the issue opens with Robin has declared his intention to leave to give up the Robin identity after this case is solved. So the issue begins. Days later, Batman and Robin are on the trail of Memento, but and so, as Amy has said that he intends to catch Memento, Batman tells Robin to walk him through his findings, or talk him through his findings, while Batman appears to be experiencing some hallucinations, potentially from the effect of Gravedigger's copy. First, Memento recreated the Sacred Heart fire of 1892. Then the crash of the docks. Then the first Arkham Asylum breakout. Then the USS Atlas fire. So 1903, 1921, and 1929. Commonalities being that the original incidents were all but between 8 and 18 years apart, recreated in chronological order. Each one at the time assumed to be accidental. All arguably the result of Gotham elite exploiting the poor. And then Robin says that it's pattern holds. Memento's next target will be at the Vauxhall Opera House. When in 1941 a faulty lighting apparatus collapsed, killing the entire cast of Verdi Aida. And meaning that the Opera House is likely his target. Though, and Batman's hallucinations are becoming a little more pronounced to others, namely Robin. But also, Oracle has looked into Dr. Bashar for Batman. Turns out that Bashar's work in Kahndaq was funded by a Spanish nonprofit called Manos Senadores. No red flags on the company. They apparently folded years ago. But that same year, a new company called Novo Comico popped up in Portugal with most of the same board members. Thanks to you, thanks to Batman, 3 of those board members are in European prisons for crimes committed with the League of Assassins. So Batman is fairly convinced that Batman that Bashar's been funded by a local shell company and is in their pocket. Though Batgirl Oracle points out that might not be the case. But Batman's convinced that Bashar manipulated Robin on behalf of Toledo assassins. It could even be a case of Memento. But Robin gets in contact with Detective Lautrec. As Lautrec's about to talk with Jim Gordon about to talk to Scarecrow. After the talk with Scarecrow, Lautrec orders the body of Agnes Bly exhumed. Next morning or the next day at Wayne Manor, Robin's one has obviously Keith the monkey. It's apparently the species is I can't remember the species name exactly, but he's going to the hospital to volunteering with Dr. Bashar, and Bruce wants the two of them to have a dinner together, just a normal dinner. But Robin's choice of what they're going to have, and but their training will be basically work around the additional sodium intake, and of course Bruce, completely trusting father that he is, bugged one of Damian's shoes, so that that Bruce will listen on everything that Bashar says. But Bashar is intending to take Robin to the hospice ward, but he says that one will scarcely find patients more grateful for kindness, and one must always make time for such people. He also states that the longer he practices medicine, the less time he has with patients. If he didn't prioritize it, he'd see no patients at all. Apparently, Thomas Wayne never had that problem. No matter how great his responsibility grew, he always kept patients at the center of his work. Every doctor should follow Dr. Wayne's example, in Bashar's view. But on the elevator, Clark gets out briefly to Sacred Heart, and the elevator then is going downstairs, upstairs, the sub-basement. And Memento shows up and in the sub-basement and slits Bashar's throat. Robin goes after him, and Batman, with the his own hallucinations intensifying, makes his way to Sacred Heart to save Robin. And The issue ends with seemingly a Batman having a hallucination of himself, saying he's seen it. The devil wears Nicodemus Crow's face, and now he has your son as well. So if Bashar is not, if Bashar is being manipulated by the Al Ghuls to manipulate Damien, well, looks like that'll only be revealed post mortem. Good issue though. Uh, Johnson's run is going along very nicely. Moving on though to our last moment for the moment, we've got Batman Dark Patterns #4. So this is the story takes place after the Wounded Man story. A police officer has been thrown out of a building. Apparently, Arthur Patterson's wrists and neck showed elevated histamine levels, but there were none around the impact wounds from the ground. And Arthur Patterson was strung up like a puppet while still alive. And the scene of the crime is Bladen Towers, which is scheduled for demolition. Half the residents have refused to go despite the generous resettlement packages that were offered by the city. Batman says that they've lived in the block of generations. They don't want their homes being torn down to be replaced by luxury condos. It's understandable. But Gordon adds that the killing cops. And Officer Patterson's partner, Officer Price, is still in the building, presumably alive. And so, Batman enters the building, but because of the architecture, the sounds carry in an odd way. One can hear something that it seems like it's just in the next room, and maybe it's around the corner on the next floor, or what have you. But and so Batman tries to use that to his advantage by announcing his presence. But some of the residents point out that Batman doesn't know this place. He doesn't know how it works. He talks with one of the other residents who is not involved, but doesn't want to leave. He says it bounces sound. The architecture bounces sound around. Things seem like they're coming from somewhere they're not. Guy keeps out. But he also agrees that it wasn't right to take the cop. You know where the officer is, and advises that Batman listen for her, and maybe he'll hear her. But she's being held in the apartment of a man named Rickson and his girlfriend. Rickson is emotionally abusive to his girlfriend, and possibly also physically abusive. But Rickson is told that Batman's there. But guy told the boss, Scarface. And Dr. Soraka points out that Officer Patterson bounced. And Rickson and Scarface attack Batman. Apparently, Batman has Scarface has a speech impediment, called pronouncing B's as G's. But apparently, last time Batman took care of Scarface, he smashed the puppet, which apparently didn't take. But he smashes it again. And turns out that Scarface has a whole new body. The entire building. And the issue ends as Scarface welcomes Batman to Scarface Towers. And everyone most of everyone still living there appear to be wearing Scarface masks and training guns on Batman. I'm really liking this miniseries. I don't mind the fact I don't mind the fact that the Wounded Man story has ended and that the miniseries can keep going. But so yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.